Good morning, guys. Ooh, excuse me. Good morning, guys. We're in Module 3, and this week, if you guys have had a chance to look around, is Informative Speech Week. So you did get a little bit of an introduction to it in the Module 2, but this week is really where we're going to put it together and give our speech, okay? So I'm looking currently at the rubric, so if you wanted to pull that up while I'm speaking, so you can kind of look at it with me. So in your introduction, now remember, you are writing an extemporaneous outline. So what that means is you're going to write an outline and you're not writing it word for word. In our first speech, you guys did a manuscript, right? So you were able to write it word for word. But in this speech and for the other two speeches after this, you're going to write an extemporaneous outline. Okay? So you're not writing every single thing down. In your module, there is examples and templates. So please use the templates. Please use the examples. They're created as a Word document, so you can literally just copy, like you can cut out what we wrote and you can write in your own stuff so you know how the formatting is, okay? So please take advantage of that so you get all the points. So for this one, I'm looking at the evaluation, the rubric, and so you, as always, you need an intro, a body, and you need a conclusion, okay? So in your intro, there's a couple of things that I want to point out, okay? So when you guys are giving speeches, you are speaking to an audience, okay? And I always want you to think about your audience before you even get into writing your outline, before you even think about your topic, okay? Your audience is the most important person. So if you had a group of like, let's say 30 to 40-year-old single dads, what would you talk about? What would be interesting to them? Okay. If you had a group of 5 to 10-year-old little girls, what would they be interested in? Would it be the same thing as the single dads? Probably not. Okay. So think about your audience. Now, remember, your audience is me. Okay. So I'm a teacher. So I like everything, but also your classmates. Okay. You're all students. You all go to FTCC. Some of you may be coming back to school. Some of you might be new. So think about all of those things when you're thinking about your topic. What is something my audience would like to hear? Okay. So when you're looking at the rubric, you have to do a couple of things. The first thing is you have to have a statement of credibility. What makes you credible to speak on this topic? Have you done research? Have you experienced it in some way? Tell us. Okay. The next thing, it says indicated relevance to audience. So you're going to tell us why we should care about your topic. Why should we care to listen to you? Okay. And your thesis. Okay. So that's stuff that we've worked on before with the intro speech. Okay. So make sure you have a thesis. And then in your body paragraph, you have to have at least 6. Well, if you want all 5 points, you need to have 6 sources and you have to cite them verbally and in your outline, but verbally. So for example, if you get a source, if your source is like the American Cancer Association, let's say, in your speech, all you have to say is, according to the American Cancer Association, and then give us the fact or the quote or the paraphrase. That's it. Don't overthink that. But make sure you're telling us where you're getting your information from. And then a summary, or at the end, like a conclusion, okay? So for the delivery, the things that we look for is, make sure you're using good nonverbals, okay, gestures effectively, try not to say as much, work on that. And then you have to have a PowerPoint slideshow, okay? And make sure that you have a good mix of stuff. Don't make it too distracting. Honestly, I would do 1 slide per point. So like 3 to 4 slides at most, because you don't want to get over too much and you don't want to have too much information on there. Like you're not putting your whole speech onto a slideshow. That's just an aid. It's just to help you aid your speech. Your speech is the main event, right? And the visual aid is just kind of there to help us understand things. Maybe there's a chart you want to show us or a picture to help us understand better. Okay. All right. And it's 5 to 7 minutes. So a little bit longer than last time, but you guys can do this. It's out of 200 points, okay? So it's a lot of points, so make sure you guys are doing everything in your power to get all of those points, okay? So that's what that speech is. If you have not done it yet, make sure you go onto the discussion board and give me your proposed topic and let me know like what you're thinking. For the people that have done that already, I've responded to you yesterday, and some of them are awesome. Some of them are like really good. I think you'll be able to do a lot. Some of you guys are too general, so you have to be a little more specific. For example, a speech on organ donation is going to be more than 5 to 7 minutes, right? Like that's a big topic. So what about organ donation do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about like black market? Do you want to talk about like what happens when you pass away and you have it on your license that you want to be an organ donor? Like think of something more specific, okay? That's a great topic, but it's very, very general, and you want to make sure you kind of narrow it down before you figure out what you want to write or talk about, okay? Also, so this is due Sunday night, like always, okay? However, this week, I'm going to give you the opportunity to give your speech on Collaborate on Friday if you would want to. So how that will work is if you decide to do your speech, so like technically it would be early, right? Because it's not due till Sunday, but you would come on, we would set a time, and you would come on and I would be live watching and you would give your speech. Now, the benefit of doing it that way, if you wanted to just like share your screen with your PowerPoint and give your speech that way, that would be fine. Or if you have a way to set it up to where you can show your visual aid while you're speaking, like if you had Collaborate on your phone or something. This kind of gets away so you don't have to have 3 audience members if you just do it directly to me. And I'll be able to grade you very quickly, and you'll get your grade very quickly if you do it that way. So if you don't want to record it, or if you want to get it done early, just reach out to me. I'll probably send out another reminder about that either today or tomorrow if anybody is interested, if anybody feels ready to present on Friday, okay? I'm happy to do it, and I will try to do that for all of them if I can, okay? So, but yeah, have fun with this, guys. Talk about something you care about, but also talk about something that you know that your audience could care about too, that maybe we could find an interest in. I do have one more example. So I had a student that he was very smart in like photography, like very, very educated in it. He knew all the words and all like the acronyms and stuff. And he gave his speech, and it was a good speech. Like he did a good job, but he never really explained to his audience all the acronyms. So he was just talking to us as if we already knew what all of that stuff meant. Okay. And that was where it was a problem. So I actually had him redo his speech, and I said, listen, your speech was awesome. However, all of us do not know anything about photography. So you need to explain it a little bit more. So this is an informative speech. Inform us more about photography, and then you can get into more of like the nitty-gritty sort of details. So he did a great job. Just remember, just assume that your audience does not have any background knowledge on what you're talking about. So give us a little bit of a tidbit about it first before you even get into it. Maybe in your intro, maybe as your first point, like going back to the organ donation thing. Tell us what that is. Some people might not even know what that is. So best of luck. Get a hold of me if you have any questions. Okay?